what's up? It's Bronze Crim, a comedian. It's the Comedy Tribunal. We're gonna be going through a little bit of Shane Gillis, someone I'm quite familiar with. I said I never watched an episode of Kill Tony last time, and everybody told me I was a liar. Let's just get after it, man. This special was crazy when it came out. It was a big deal because, like, let me check this was kind of like what solidified Shane as, like, legit in many people's eyes, coming off the Saturday Night Live cancellation. But this was kind of like his big concentrated effort to get his actual stand-up out there rather than just, you know, whatever edgy podcast clips that people knew him for. This was the attempt to put out something while everybody's eyes were still on him because of the controversy.
I don't know. I liked COVID. I had a nice time. I live in New York, so I left. I went back to my parents' house because I have white privilege. Some people didn't get to leave the city. I did because of my privilege, and I used it. You gotta use it. You know what I mean? Doesn't it feel more disrespectful to waste it? You know what? Then we're all just being racist for nothing?
So I feel like this special connected with a lot of people who got into stand-up around this sort of time. It certainly connected with me, and a lot of it is like a regional thing. I'm also from Pennsylvania, and like he just sounds like some people that I know and grew up with.
My favorite part of the year was I got to watch my dad watch the news. It was a rough year.
It's a classic.
For my dad.
This might be one of the most lasting jokes that he has from this special.
He's a Fox News guy. Yeah, it's fine. Also, I see you guys. Most of you have Fox News dads.
You're gonna see the longer that it goes. A lot of people will sort of label Shane Gillis as like conservative comedy or whatever. He does a fantastic job of saying things that are going to be like markedly offensive towards whatever side of the fence you're on, like Democrat or Republican, which is the sign of a good comedian, because that signifies that you're not just only doing well with people who just agree with you, and just making it deliberately vague what side you're on. It takes more effort to do that than some, I don't know, pick any random shitty Kill Tony comic.
Can you imagine if there was a show where a woman dressed and acted like a dude? We would beat the fuck out of her.
It takes way more effort to do this than that.
That's a good dad. I don't watch Fox, but that's a good Fox News mom? That's bad. You don't want Fox News.
There's something, because he comes out and immediately defends the Fox News dad, you know, stereotype. Just hangs out the statement and says, you know, he's a Fox News dad, knowing the sort of almost like silent reaction he's going to get from the crowd, which is going to be like a, oh no, like negative sort of one, and then takes the stance and immediately contrasts their interaction, the reaction that he knows they're going to have, and argues with it to say like, oh, well, you know, you guys all know you have Fox News dads also, and sort of defends that sort of that stereotype. And then as they're processing what he just did before they get a chance to even like realize that, he goes and the turn is the Fox News mom, which is the
Fox News mom? That's bad. You don't want a Fox News mom. That's a bad mom. She smokes in the house. But a Fox News dad, that's a good fucking dad. He watches it every night. Like every Fox News dad, my dad watches Fox every night until he can't. That's how long they watch. They watch every night until they get so angry they have to go to bed.
Norm Macdonald once said you can't do a good impression of someone that you have contempt for. So he is like digging into the like Fox News dad, which is his own father. They're good jokes, and he's roasting the fuck out of them. It's funny and it works because it is coming from an endearing place. Like he obviously cares about his father, but like.
My dad will watch for like 2 hours, and then out of nowhere, he'll just stand up and be like, fucking Mr. Potato Head's trans? I'm going to bed.
Oh, he's the butt of the joke, too.
But he likes everything they say he agrees with. He's all in. I realize like Fox News is basically black church for old white dudes. You know what I mean? Like literally everything they say, my dad just sits there like, mm-hmm. Yes, preach, Tucker.
That's such a good joke, approaching like a topic that is sort of like racial or political like that. Having the contrast where you're making fun of the Fox News dad from a spot of from an endearing place, and contrasting that with something like black church, like something that couldn't be like further from that. So it's a really like deliberate and just kind of like thoughtful way to like write out a joke and like put it together.
Every once in a while he gets hit with the Holy Spirit while he's watching it. The Holy Ghost visits him. He's just like, oh Lord, build a wall. Can I get a wall?
It's like shit like this that like it doesn't surprise me at all that when Shane Gillis was starting to like blow up and get more popular, that like Miss Pat was like taking him out on the road, because like this stuff, like these jokes here are going to do great whether you're in a room full of like all younger white people. It's unless they're like actually racist, it's like older white people are going to like it too. That joke would work great in a room of all black people, so it's a super effective act, and it doesn't feel like it's compromising anything from his point of view. It's very, very well done.
But I make fun of him for it, and then I do the exact same thing just with my phone. Every night I just look at my phone until I can't. I'm like, fucking Mr. Potato Head? That's it, every day.
Callbacks. That's the technical comedy stuff right there. Like a good callback. Everybody remembers that. Obviously, you know that he cares about his dad because it's his dad or whatever. That's another effective way for him to be putting himself in the same like butt of the joke. It's a good way to not come off like you're talking down to or like demeaning the subject of your material, even if it is your father.
So I don't know if you know this. Like being racist isn't like a yes or no thing. You know what I mean? It's not like you have it or you don't have it. Like being racist is more, it's like being hungry. You know? It's like, yeah, you're not right now. You know? It's like, yeah, you're not hungry right now, but a cheeseburger could cut you off on the highway.
One thing that I kind of watched and I guess understood early on is Shane Gillis does a fantastic job of like building tension where you're like, oh no, what's this guy going to say? And like his way of doing that, he's very, very effective. Equally effective at finding like the unexpected misdirect that breaks the tension and also simultaneously pulls everything together where you're not expecting. Like he never has a turn or like a punchline where you're gonna like fucking roll your eyes at it. Which I mean, that's just being a good comedian as opposed to, you know, someone shitty on the Kill Tony panel.
We're gonna molest the shit out of your kids.
Cheeseburger is whatever type of cheeseburger you thought it was in your racist heart.
It's like a punchline without having a punchline because everybody was following along with the logic of the joke, and like everybody, even if they didn't think of who would be cutting me off in traffic, they're at least thinking, what is he thinking the race of the cheeseburger is. He has a very like dopey kind of persona, but it's high level shit right there. So you can't see this. Obviously, the comedian isn't going to show you this. They have, when they're up on stage, they have like a set list planned out. Like I'm gonna do this joke, then this joke, then this joke, then this joke. And especially for production like this, even more so, you know, the audience doesn't give a shit about that. And if you don't give a shit about that, cool. You're not really supposed to. When you watch him, it never feels like, okay, this joke has ended and now we go into this joke. It's like very the punchline of the one joke is the setup of the next joke, and it's a tricky thing to pull off like that. It flows together, like the continuity of it. I know it sounds stupid to talk about continuity in a stand-up set, but to some degree matters. I've actually lost, I think, a comedy competition because they said I had bad continuity one time.
Look, the point I'm trying to make is if you want to get rights in America, you just got to put together a good football team. You know what I mean? Like if the transgenders got together and put together just a fucking hard-nosed, run it down your throat ball club. If the trans are just 3 yards in a cloud of dust of transgenders. If the trans community could just somehow upset Alabama. Everybody down there tomorrow would be like, those are some tough bitches, actually.
That's such a fantastic joke. Like the way it, because it is kind of, it's like poking fun at just the entire like transgender rights situation in a way. Like nobody who is pro or against that is going to be offended at that joke, and it's not because it's insanely like safe or like sanitized or whatever. It's because Shane Gillis approaches all these topics and understands enough of what people believe on each side to not misrepresent anybody. Like if he, like that joke doesn't work if he goes up and says like, if he starts like fumbling with like pronouns or something, or if he starts just like saying a slur, says or something like that. The joke is now unnecessarily, if he does that, unnecessarily alienates everybody who is trans who would have liked that joke, because trans people like that fucking joke. They do. And like nobody's getting upset by that at all. There's no need to. There's nothing to be upset about it. Unless you really can't stand the idea of Alabama losing a football game, I think you're going to be all right.
Civil rights movies are good though. I like Judas and the Black Messiah was sick. Remember the Titans is great. Hidden Figures was good. The movie about the black ladies at NASA, or as my dad likes
Racist
to call
joke
it,
incoming.
Medea Goes to the Moon.
It is like a funny like racist kind of joke that he sneaks in, and the way he does get away with it by making the speaker in the context of the joke his father, to which then he plays the foil like in the premise itself.
And look, that was him that said that. He said that. As soon as he said it, I was like, what did you fucking say? You don't talk like that. So every movie just remade is more progressive. I just think it'd be funny if like...
See, there's a huge difference between Shane Gillis. Like, that's a joke that if like Hans Kim did that, he would just take on the role of Shane Gillis's father, and then he would just say that as something where maybe you think it's funny, but like, and you're not a bad person necessarily for thinking that it's funny. Shane obviously thinks it's funny. That's why he said it on stage. If he thought it was just terrible, he just would have not said it in the first place. But he has it come out of his father's mouth, and then he plays himself like, yo, don't talk like that. But everybody's obviously laughing, but it's something that's like, whereas like Hans Kim does that fucking joke, he would just be like, that movie Hidden Figures? I like to call it Medea Goes to the Moon. And then he would just wait for everybody at the comedy mothership to clap and cheer and be like, yes. And then, David Lucas is just like, hey, he's pretty funny though. But yeah, that's the difference between somebody who is a legitimate professional versus, a hack.
The right started remaking. You know what I mean? If they just start, like, conservatives, like, there's a new Scooby-Doo coming out. And it'd be funny if, like, the right remade it. It's just, like, Scooby and the gang going around ripping the wigs off of transgender people. It's like, that's not a woman. Just, some guy would have got away with it. We solved the case of the Starbucks ghoul.
Starbucks ghoul is a good line. That might be out of all the jokes in here, that is maybe the most skewed to one side. I think that was the one. If there is one for transgender people to object to, it would probably be that one. Still funny. I like it, but.
Has enough time passed that can we admit that Trump was funny? Can we finally admit that he was funny? Well, hold on. I don't like the tone of that. That's not what I'm going for here.
He does feel like he has some sort of obligation to not, and whether it's not even necessarily like a moral obligation because of the politics of it. I feel like as a performer, you have an obligation to just not be a hack. So like he is a comedian. If he goes up there and says something political for people to say like, yes, I agree with this. Yes, this is also what I believe. You cease to be a comedian at that point, at that moment, at the very least. That's why he doesn't really allow the crowd to go all in, like whether they're a pro-Trump crowd or not. Like he says, he's not here for it to turn into a rally. It's funny because just looking at Shane's like hand motions and all right here, I can see friends of mine, you know who you are if you're watching this, have like ripped off so many like these little like hand motions like right here, like a little hand behind the back. Right there, people are ripping that off, and they're ripping that off because they saw Shane Gillis do it. Like,
describe something.
I'll point out next time I notice him doing the two hands on the microphone.
It's every time, like
that. Right there.
What?
Right here. This right. That is so often ripped off. If you haven't just seen like amateur stand-up or just like been to open mics, you would be stunned. How ubiquitous this kind of stuff is.
Why? It's been making me laugh thinking about Trump, like, not understanding why people are homeless. I walked out, I saw him, I said, why?
Something I've seen people criticize him for is laughing at his own jokes, which I'm not going to say there's nothing there. Because especially watching lesser talented comedians, they a lot of the times if their material isn't strong enough to elicit the laughter from you just on its own, they will laugh like as if it's like a cue for you to follow suit and do the same thing. I think it's easy to kind of conflate that habit and behavior with sometimes you can just laugh while you're on stage, and it's a way to I guess kind of like lighten the mood, make sure people are just feeling good. Also, if everybody was fucking Anthony Jeselnik on stage, it would suck if everybody was just like stone faced, just staring at you.
Just listen. I think it's fair to say that of all the presidents we've had, I think it's fair to say that Trump would have been the funniest one to see get shot.
It's aged so well, didn't it?
Take a look at what happened.
You know?
He does a really good job in his voice inflection too. Like I was saying, but like in his voice inflection, you can hear the laugh coming, like just while he's talking. But let's go back to this.
No, look, I didn't even say it would be funny. I said funniest.
Such a great
difference. Technically, there's a funniest of everything. There is. It doesn't make it funny, but there is like. Think of the worst thing you can think of. There's a funniest one. I'll go first. I'll think of one. School shooting. None of those are funny. Zero funny. But maybe there was one where like the horse girl in the class like could sense something was coming. You know what I mean? And they were like, "What's wrong?" And she was like, like
that's one of the other things. Like his style isn't it's a style that I like quite a bit. I think when he's at his best a lot of the time is almost just having a premise and having the confidence to almost just hang it out there and just let people just imagine it and a laugh for themselves without just saying like, okay, we're gonna like rule of threes, blah blah blah, call back, everything like that. It's just like, okay, well, guess what, and just almost just like dropping it on top of them, having sort of like the confidence to do that. Yeah, I think the horse girl school shooting is a very good example of that. Who else is going to say that? That's a fantastic joke. It's a fantastic premise. It's great.
Be doing like a rally. Be like, my opponent's gay. I want.
It's good. It's good, and it's I think it's healthy, and I think it's a mark of a good comedian to go up and in one breath talk about like having like trying to get people to laugh at like ripping the wigs off of transgender people, and then in the same and then, like 5 minutes later going up and saying like, wouldn't it be funny if Trump got shot? And you're like setting the bar higher for yourself so that when you do succeed on it, it means more. It in a way like the dichotomy of having the joke shitting on both sides, it makes both of them stronger at the same time. When you prove that you can get people to like you and be on your side laughing, whether they agree with you or not, because you're going to say things that everybody is going to disagree with at some point, and you still have everybody with you. That's what being legit as hell really looks like.
Relax. It's my.
That's cool having the confidence to do this. Like, watch this.
Hell? And then my sister does heroin, and
you immediately feel the air just leave the room right there. One of the things that I'd say I do it less now, but one of the things I would like to do is I like in between jokes going from like, obviously you get as much reaction and laughter as possible and letting it go back down to basically like a zero, like no noise, and then being able to bring it back up there, I feel like sometimes is more impressive than just keeping it at that level the whole time and being able to bring it all the way back down and bring it back up. And I think this is shows a lot of experience and confidence and skill on his end.
She's sober. She's all good. She's 2 years clean. Yeah. It's good. She did get cancer though. So.
That's a trick that I've used a fucking zillion times. It can be a trick, especially if you like start off a set. Normally watch this.
She's all good. She's 2 years clean.
Good.
Yeah.
Sober.
It's good.
You say something like that, you don't have to tell people to clap. They're gonna start clapping for you, and then it makes it easier to get a response from the next thing you're about to say, because you push them harder in one direction, then the redirect swings even further. Like newer comics, you'll see do that, and that'll be like their first joke. Like imagine if Shane Gillis went up on stage and was just like, "Hey guys, guess what? My sister is clean and sober now from heroin," and that was your first impression of him. The first thing he does is just kind of like farm applause like that. I'm guilty of doing that, by the way. Anyone who hasn't already seen me do stand up before. Effective, whether it's a crutch at the beginning of your set or if you're using it to do this later on.
She did get cancer though, so
People get a laugh right away.
and COVID. Cancer and COVID.
Bring it back down to quiet. Yep.
Anyway. Damn, dude. Fuck that music across the street, dude.
It's pretty tough to hear in the recording, but it's funny leaving the wherever this club is. Next door, there's some sort of party going on where they're playing loud music, and it's funny leaving in the clip where you can see him kind of stumble and get a little bit distracted. But I mean, we make magic right here, so.
I do comedy a lot, and every once in a while you can hear music from another room, and it's like, damn, dude, music's so much better than comedy. Every time I hear music, I'm like, fuck, dude, that shit crushes what I do.
It's funny to do something like that to kind of almost subvert your own show, which he can obviously do that because I'm sure he was headlining whatever this is. But sometimes you gotta address the elephant in the room in order to have the best set possible, and sometimes that will require you to point out something on the show that people pay to see that does suck in some way.
I had to go to my niece's 7th and 8th grade girls volleyball match recently. No, I'm kidding. Just relax. I don't want to fuck kids. But if you ever want to get out of something, that's all you have to do. Like if your friend, like, do you want to come to our son's t-ball game? Be like, what grade are the kids in? And then no matter what they say, go, oh. Can we knock it off with volleyball shorts on little kids? It's weird. It's gross.
It's another tricky one. So he already does this is like a kind of a difficult stance to take. There's so many dudes who you will see at open mics and all who try to do things in the same vein as this. It's a lot harder than it looks to take a stance as sort of, I don't know if I want to say edgy or taboo, because he's really not, but just to approach this material in the way that he does. Many have tried, few have succeeded. It's very easy to just do this and just straight up make everybody uncomfortable.
Dude, it's gross, because then, it's just me and the other uncles up in the bleachers, kind of making eye contact with each other, like, bro, are you seeing me? Such a funny way to just destroy a show. just right at the very end, be like, aren't kids hot? Yo, give it up for Trump. Aren't kids hot? No, I truly am serious about the gym shorts, though. It's weird. And so I got home.
It's very important to have a decent amount of self-awareness like that to make sure that the people understand that you understand what they're seeing.
No, we need those shorts for speed on the court. And I was like, I know that's not true. I watch the NBA. None of you are moving as fast as, like, a ref. And those guys are wearing, like, slacks. Dress shoes for some reason.
He's spitting. He's right.
She was like, no, we need those shorts. The tight shorts, they're essential. She compared them to, like, a helmet in football. I was like, I know they're not essential because I Googled the Special Olympics volleyball team. All of a sudden, those shorts weren't so essential for them. What's that about? How baggy do you think they look like the fucking And One mixtape out there?
So good.
We're all adults. We all agree the Special Olympics is a good program. It's great. I just feel like the guy who came up with it had to be like a real risk taker.
This is probably some of the best material in the special, and a lot like the other sort of trickier sort of topics, like a lot of like political stuff. He has attachments on the left and the right, which allows him to not to like misrepresent people, and he does a bunch of like special needs jokes and special needs material, which he is strong close ties to that as well, which allows him to not go up there and just look like he doesn't know what he's talking about, or is just saying, or just being mean, or just saying offensive things for the sake of saying offensive things. Like you can tell that he knows what he's talking about, and you need to. There's nothing ableist about going up and saying these aspects of like the Special Olympics are very silly when you look at them this way or something. Which is why like you can see it with Shane Gillis on his like appearances on like other podcasts. Like he was on the podcast with known terrible comedian Andrew Schultz. You saw the little sort of back and forth they got into.
Yeah,
they're having fun.
Yeah,
for you guys to sit here and be like,
wait a minute,
let's bring it up and mock them. That's up, dude. That's a dude.
We're mocking
by using them as an insult.
We're using you.
So you're insulting them by saying I look like them? Or you're insulting me by saying I look like them?
This is you back in your victim thing.
No, I'm not being a victim. I'm saying the jokes you're doing it's not like...
It's not PC?
That's not cool.
Whereas you're going to see in all the material here, there's zero part of it that's ever like putting down or like demeaning in any way towards like any of the people involved. Versus, Andrew Schultz, who's literally just like, haha, look at this fucking dumb person. And that's as deep as it goes. the reason why this is better is not because it takes a more polite approach to it. It's because the fact that he is able to do that shows how he can go so much deeper into it. And like, this is shit that Andrew Schultz is never going to come up with any of this fucking shit in his like wildest imaginations. Like, that guy is just, he's going to stay doing white people be like, black people be like until he dies, and is never going to come up with anything like even close to anything as good as it.
I actually volunteered and coached with the Special Olympics for a little while. So, you know, what'd you guys do? No, don't clap. Please. I did it for those kids. No, I'm kidding. Player, chaperone, no one knew. I'd be standing there coaching, holding a clipboard with 5 dudes that looked exactly like me. See the coaches from the other team looking over like, I think they're fucking letting one of them coach.
That's so fucking good.
Yeah. No, I did coach the Special Olympics for a little while, and it's fun. That's another thing you're allowed to talk about. It's happy. Everyone there's sportsmanship. It is funny. Don't let anyone tell you it's not funny, dude. I was there. Everyone there is laughing. It's fun. My whole team ruled. Every dude on my team they were the funniest. They were bros. They were bros, dude. My whole team loved 2 things. They loved tits. They do. I don't know if you know these guys, dude. They fucking love the ladies. They love the ladies.
Him doing this and taking this like more like cordial approach to like people with like Down syndrome and disabilities, it like humanizes them in a way that makes them funnier in the context of a joke rather than their disability being the butt of the joke. It's a mark of a shitty comedian to just see something like a disability like that or the Special Olympics and just like your brain stops there and be like, ha, like you shouldn't be doing stand-up if that's all you can fucking come up with is just pointing at a disability and laughing at it and not being able to put that into another situation that allows for like more and more like funny shit to fucking happen like this.
And they love John Cena.
That's so good.
That's it. That was the news every day. We'd be in the huddle. They'd be like, a lot of ladies here tonight. I was like, ooh, yeah. They'd be like, what do you think John Cena's up to? Oh, you're going to have to get way worse before you meet him.
So now we just came from Special Olympics, people with disabilities, you know, talk about some of the goofy shit that happens at the Special Olympics. And then you take that to like now a punchline. Now John Cena is the punchline because they're all into, you know, boobs and John Cena. And then you take that to like, it's like a even other fucking flip on the material. And now because John Cena's always doing the Make-A-Wish appearances for, you know, dying children, and being able to take that and make that funny as like the other angle on you just keep spinning it more and more, and it gets more and more, you know, like this is why you do it. This is why we do it right here. This is what you should be trying to do. This is the shit. This is it.
John Cena's like the angel of death for those guys. I told my guys, I was like, you see Cena coming, you get the fuck out of there. He's taking souls with him. Every year, Hooters would sponsor our one basketball tournament. All right, so every year Hooters would bring like 3 or 4 waitresses, and they would present like a big cardboard check donation to the Special Olympics. As soon as the girls entered the gym, the game changed entirely, dude. It went from like hugs and sportsmanship to just like dudes got competitive, like very competitive. Fucking ripping down rebounds, just hitting layups. And then at the end of the game, there'd be a hug line, you know, between the waitresses and the players. And yeah, that went about exactly exactly how you would imagine that went. We had to break out the fucking jaws of life, dude. My boys are ragdolling those young sluts. And I'm not knocking the players. They were totally in the right. The girls were hot. The waitresses, like every year, I would sneak into the hug line myself.
Awesome.
All right, I think I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you guys very much.
Strong fucking callback to end on. It's that whole bit. Absolute cinema. Awesome. I'll just get out of the way. Hall of Laughs. 10 out of 10. Perfect. That's one of the big reasons why I'm even doing stand-up today. And I think a lot of my own, I guess, like peers, I think you could probably say the same thing about them. This is, I think it's very much like stuff like this, rise of Shane Gillis, and like the presence of like Cumtown and all. We'll leave it at that for now. What the fuck happened last week? If the comments are any reflection of real life, and we live in the bizarre world where all the good comedians are bad and all the bad comedians are good, then people are going to be mad that I said good things about Shane Gillis, because holy shit, what the hell was going on here? Made it to 2 minutes and 11 seconds, and I can already tell this guy's a weirdo. What did I do at 2 minutes and 11 seconds? And it's only a minute. What did I do at 11 seconds? What did I do?
Obviously, on Kill Tony, people are gonna, you're gonna want to do that, and it's only a minute, so you can stand.
We got private islands and jets.
Ah, great.
We're gonna molest the shit out of your kids.
I guess there's pressure. Did I do something weird by not liking the the pedophile joke? I don't know. Why is this dude reviewing comedy after Tony already has? That isn't what I did. I didn't do that. Who is this dude? Who the fuck are you? This guy still has not proven that he knows who this woman is.
Hey, for me and David, and I was like, you don't have to.
Who's
He's like,
this?
I got you. And then Hans.
That guy who commented that, I'm sure there's no way you know who that is either. I just didn't know Hans Kim fans were real like that, bro. I guess do you. I don't know. If you saw all the negative comments, it's important to remember they are all my dad on alternate accounts. My dad has hated every single one of these videos I've made. But yeah, I don't know.